Have you been considering the She Reads Truth Bible, but you're not sure if you're ready to pull the plug or if it's actually worth it? Today I'm going to go over some pros and cons about this Bible. Hello everyone, my name is Alexis Ramos. Welcome to VineMedia. I just wanted to jump right into our She Reads Truth Bible, and I just wanted to start off by saying having any access to a Bible is such a blessing. We have different types. We have journal Bibles, study Bibles, chronological Bibles, archaeological Bibles, apologetics Bibles, any kind of Bible that you would want, we have access to, and that in itself is a blessing. So don't think that you have to rush out and get this, but if you are interested in purchasing this Bible and you just wanted some more information, then stay with us. So one of my favorite things about this Bible is the translation. It uses the CSB translation, which has been one of my favorites in the most recent years. And the reason why I love it so much is it really balances being faithful to the text and being somewhat easy to read. You know, it's not going to be King James or even New King James sometimes where you kind of have to read things over a few times in certain passages to understand. I mean, with any verse, sometimes you will have to do that still, but I feel like the CSB version is just so natural, and I love what they've done with it. So another thing that I love about this Bible is that it's just so beautiful. At the start of every chapter or every book, they have some type of art highlighting what the book is going to focus on, or just the general theme and consensus. But they also have just lots of colors and just lots of visuals throughout the Bible. I mean, it is a study Bible, so they're going to have lots of information. They're going to have devotionals. Even the maps are beautiful. And so at the start of each chapter, there's some information about that book. Sometimes it's a timeline, sometimes it's a map. In this one, this is the Proverbs book, so they have a breakdown on the themes in Proverbs, and they just give lots of information, scripture references. They also have, what I love is a chance for you to dig deeper into the word. So if you're in the book of Proverbs, they will also tell you to go to John 1:114 and 1 Corinthians 1:30 to dig a little deeper on what's happening in this text. And they have that with each book, and they have it broken down. So it really helps when you're studying the Bible. Another thing that I love is their reading plan in the back. So like all study Bibles, it does have, you know, tables of weights and measurements. They have additional maps. They have word breakdowns from where you can find those in scripture. But this is the reading plan, a Bible in the year, if you wanted to take that on. They have it guided, and they have little check boxes for you to follow along. They have the Apostles' Creed. They have a genre guide, and just a lot of really great information that helps when you're trying to study the Bible and get deeper into the scriptures. Another thing that I love about the She Reads Truth Bible is the different cover options that they offer. They have leather or hardcover options. They come in different colors. They come in orange and gray and blue and rose gold. I chose the navy leather option. I wanted the more classic look, but all of them are just so beautiful. You can't go wrong. So as much as I love the She Reads Truth Bible, there are some things that I sort of dislike about them. You know, not every Bible is perfect. It's a blessing to have any type of Bible, like I said at the beginning of this video, but there are some things that you might want to consider. So one of the first things is that it is big. It is big and it is heavy. So, you know, that is something that if you are not a fan of heavy, big Bibles, taking it everywhere, taking it to church or traveling with it, it does not travel well. Mine is leather, so it can get scratched a little bit easier. So if I put it in my purse, things may bump up against it or mess it up. And I don't want that to happen. I want to keep my Bible just looking good. I don't want to make sure it's all scratched. The inside, yes, mark it up, but the outside, I want it to remain pretty. So that is one thing to consider when you are purchasing this Bible. And if you think the She Reads Truth Bible is big, the He Reads Truth Bible is even bigger. So this is my husband's. As you can see, they're just really big Bibles, and it just accounts for all of the good information that is in there, but it's a point worth noting. So another con with the She Reads Truth Bible and the He Reads Truth Bible is that the pages are very, very thin and very sensitive. So in my husband's, a full page has come out completely at one point, and not through anything very strenuous. It just got caught on something and it tore it out. Another thing is that even with these special Bible highlighters that we use, they're specially made for highlighting verses in thin Bible pages. It still comes through the page. It still seeps through the page. I mean, that doesn't necessarily bother me as much because I like to mark up my Bible, and I know that's something that I'm gonna have to wrestle with. But if you are somebody who doesn't like the bleed through on pages or doesn't like sensitive pages, then this might be something worth noting. I mean, even with a light pen, it'll show through on the other side. So that is one thing to consider when purchasing the She Reads Truth or the He Reads Truth Bible. So another con that I noticed, and it's not a big deal, and I didn't even notice it until my husband got the He Reads Truth Bible. But when you look at certain things within the Bibles, the Women's Bible has more devotional paragraphs and just words that people have written, and I appreciate that and I love it, and those are very, very good. However, the He Reads Truth Bible has more information in those places, and sometimes I find myself wanting more information than maybe necessarily the devotional, and it's something small, like I said, and it's no big deal. But for example, in Job, they talk about My Redeemer Lives in Job 19. It's an amazing devotional, beautiful words, beautiful explanation of the text. But in my husband's, they talk about key figures in Job, and it's such good information that I wish there was a better bridge between the two. Like I said, this is something very small, very nitpicky, but it is something that is noticeable when you compare the two Bibles. This concludes my review of the She Reads Truth Bible. At the end of the day, even with the cons, I do love this Bible. I think it's a solid translation. I use it every day for my devotionals. It's truly been my go-to for the last couple years. If you have this Bible and you have your own thoughts about it, please let us know in the comments below. Or if there's another Bible that you would love to hear our thoughts on, let us know as well. That's it for today. We'll see you next time.